What is up, everybody? Welcome back to From the Crypt, the show where Derek and I discuss a whole bunch of stuff in the entertainment world, from movies to music to even games recently we talked about, because,
Yes.
Helldivers and all. Definitely deserved a mention, deserved a little bit of a sidetrack from our normal movies and music. But that is okay, and I honestly had a good time with it, so we might actually do more stuff like that because, dude, it's just a fun game. It's a fun game, and honestly, with that being the bar standard now, I would hope that some of these bigger studios start to look into that and see what they are doing wrong and fix it. You know what I mean?
Yep. We just have to be smart as consumers and support games that deserve it, i.e., Helldivers, than like the yearly garbage that just gets recycled and dumped out, i.e., Madden, Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I'd
Call
even say
Call
like
of Duty is
the
literally the same copy and paste of the game every fucking year.
yeah, people have got to start being smart about what they buy, and yeah,
I cannot believe I am on two separate podcasts with two separate people that talk about two separate topics, and now I have officially talked about Call of Duty on both of them.
yeah. We're just gonna leave it at that. Call of Duty. Sorry, Call of Duty sucks,
Yeah,
and
I
it has
fucking hate
sucked
Call of
for a
Duty.
long time. Like I no
If
done.
anybody wants my opinion on the state of Call of Duty and all that shit, you guys can watch my episode of On Thin Ice on shit. When is that episode coming out? March, or no, it's April 8th. April 8th, that episode will be out. You can go listen to that because I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm
Yeah.
sick of talking about Call of Duty. I'm fucking fed up with it. But
But yeah,
anyway,
Helldivers is amazing.
yeah, Helldivers, on the other hand, great game. Love it. Go check it out. Also, check out our episode on Helldivers. Not really an official episode, but still a video up on the channel. You should definitely check out and let us know your thoughts. Anyway, Derek, what you been up to, buddy? How you been?
Work, work, and work, and sick wife, sick kid, still sick myself. Yeah,
Sounds about right.
it is. It has sucked so much uh, lately, but no, I guess yeah. I haven't touched PlayStation until today, which I just turned it on to make sure Helldivers was updating. And yeah, what have I been listed to? Actually, a lot of All That Remains, because I think I was looking up songs for Clone Hero and I was just going alphabetically, and I completely forgot about like two All That Remains albums. So I was like, okay, everything after Overcome I need to listen to again. So I
Overcome.
haven't made it
Overcome is on
like,
my 10 out of 10 albums list. I have a
oh yeah,
I have a playlist on my Spotify where I just have no skip albums basically, and Overcome's on there.
don't
Love it.
be careful. Don't spoil 2008. That's 6 episodes off.
Oh, trust me, there's still a lot of stuff that came out in 2008,
Yeah, God.
but that
Yeah.
album is definitely on my no skip list for sure. So
But
it's good stuff.
so yeah, I was listening to like for We Are Many, A War You Cannot Win, The Order of Things, Madness, and I made it about halfway through Madness, and like was just done working in the back, and then I still need to listen to Victim of the New Disease
Victim of the
or
New
whatever.
Disease, or yeah, the one you're talking about there, and Madness. Honestly, I wasn't too thrilled about, but
Yeah, like
I fuck with pretty
Mad
much everything else. All that remains.
Madness had it does have a couple good songs on it,
Yeah,
but I didn't like the change in their approach to writing,
yeah.
because normally they would be more guitar focused, but Phil even said like this one it was more like lyrics leading the way and vocal harmonies and everything, and it was not that great of an album, if I'm being 100% honest. And then Victim of the New Disease, yeah, it's been so long since I listened to it that like I only remember I think one song off of that album. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was fortunate enough to see All That Remains live at the Norva in Virginia when I lived there, and we got to see them when Ollie was still alive, which was really cool. Speaking of guitarists, um, and it
R.I.P.
was
Ollie.
super cool. Yeah, I got to meet him and everything. It was great. He was chilling over by the booth, the merch booth, and I think it was Machine Head that was there with them or something. And the Machine Head pit got really fucking rowdy, you know.
Wait, yeah, you've told us this story
Oh, have
because
I? Yeah,
yeah, your
girlfriend.
lady
Yeah,
got shook up, and Ollie was asking her if she was okay.
yeah. Ollie came over and was
Yeah,
just like chilling with us, man. He was super chill, and he did a little dance with her and shit. Took pictures with us, and yeah, it was pretty cool. And it sucks that he's no longer around, you know. But
yeah.
it is what it
Hey,
is. And
everybody, do you want to see me set Jacob off right now? Because I'm about ready to. Oh yeah, the only time I've seen All That Remains was back in 2008 when they were touring for Overcome and Trivium was touring for Shogun. Boom, boom, yeah.
you know what we need to do an episode on? Maybe our next music episode. The Poison Descendancy tour would be something we could definitely talk about for a hot minute, dude.
Yeah. I
Uh,
I want to wait until there's U.S. dates. That's my only thing. So they need to get on that.
yeah, they do, dude. They're posting about it like all over the place all the time, and I'm loving it. But those U.S. dates need to be here yesterday, because like
Yeah.
I'm so pumped. Bullet from a Valentine and Trivium are like two different eras of my music listening life. Like for the longest time I was obsessed with Bullet, and for the longest time still I'm obsessed with Trivium. So
Yeah.
man, it needs to happen. It needs to happen soon. But anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much it. All that remains, huh? Nice.
Yeah.
I
That's
fuck with.
about all I've been listening to.
I actually been listening to a little bit heavier stuff than I was before. That like the last time I was actually listening to a bunch of music anyway. I started listening to a bunch of Kublai Khan because we might be going to see them in April for my birthday, so that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Be the second time I've seen them. First time was with Die Artist Murder and Body Snatcher and a couple of their bands I'm blanking on right now, but yeah, that'd be fun. So listen to that. I've been listening to like the singles that have been dropping lately. Born of Osiris released a new single. Unfortunately, Joe, I think his name is, he left Born of Osiris, so that kind of sucks. I've been listening to them for a long time. Honestly, that band got me through some tough shit. Not even kidding. Like I was listening to Born of Osiris around. It would have been. Oh, I'm blanking so hard right now. Tomorrow We Die Alive. I didn't even have to look it up. Tomorrow We Die Alive. That album like just carried me through some tough shit, and it sucks to see that Joe left because I even got to meet him too when Toby and I seen them with Spite, Bad Omens, and Kingdom of Giants, and he's a cool dude, great musician, and it sucks to see him go. I don't even think it was like anything bad. He just kind of moved on to do his own thing, you know. But yeah, they released a new single. Slaughter to Prevail's new single came out. I listened to that. Knocked Loose's new single. I've been listening to. It's not new, really. It's been out for a little while. Well, it's pretty new, I guess. But Darko US just released a new single, and it's. Oh, man. It's a fucking banger, dude. It is so good.
Oh
But
yeah.
other than that, I haven't really listened to like anything specifically other than singles that have just been dropping lately, which is good to see.
Yeah.
And trying to make some music. I actually have some songs that I got coming out here soon. Hopefully, whenever I get a couple more done, I might release them as a whole album instead of just singles. But we'll see. But they are horror movie themed, and
Nice. Oh yeah.
I got a couple of them that we talked about previously on the channel, of course. And yeah, that's where my day was today. I was trying to figure out a plugin I was trying to figure out these new instruments I got, and then those instruments only work with a specific plugin, and that specific plugin doesn't work with the DAW that I use, and it's been a long couple of days that I've been trying to figure that out, and I still haven't figured it out. So, rip to that. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to, and playing a shit ton of Helldivers and Lord of the Rings: Return to Moria. Actually, I've been playing that with my buddy Skylar. Came out last year, I think, and it's honestly pretty fun. Like, we have been having a great time with it. I don't know what the reviews are. I don't know what people are saying about it, because I seen it drop. I seen the announcement trailer and stuff for it way back, and I was like, oh, that looks honestly pretty cool. And I never ended up getting it because my buddy Skylar that was going to play with me, he was like, he's kind of a dickhead, and he'll say, hey, get this game and we'll play it or whatever, but he never does. He's one of those, So I was like, man, I'll probably never play it, because as I've talked about on this channel and probably many other times, I don't really play video games by myself unless it's WoW, and even WoW I usually play with my guild now. So I was like, nah, I'm not gonna get it. Well, he finally convinced me to get it, and we've been playing a lot the past couple days. And dude, it's actually super fun. Like, there's definitely some bugs it needs to work out, and it's made by Epic Games, so there's no reason they don't have the resources to fix anything that's going on with it. But I guess if it wasn't really getting too many good reviews or whatever, they're probably not going to put too much manpower behind it. But dude, it's been a great time, not gonna lie. We have been having a great time digging into Moria and getting deeper and deeper and deeper, and just kind of figuring shit out ourselves. We haven't really looked up any tutorials or any like how-tos, and the tutorial it gives you is very bare bones. Very bare bones. It teaches you the basics, like, hey, pick this shit up and you can make this thing with it. That's it. The rest you kind of just have to figure out, and honestly, that's been half the fun. So
yeah, no, that's cool.
But yeah, super fun.
Yeah, I just it just sucked that freaking work was just hectic. So yeah, was not able to play a damn thing, because by the time I was getting home, I was just completely nothing in the tank at all.
Yeah, the other day we were playing. Well, I was playing with my buddy Matt and Chris on Helldivers, and Matt and Chris got off, and then finally Toby was able to join, and Cheeks joined, and then Cheeks got off after like one mission. So then it was just Toby and I, and we had like two missions left to do in this sector, but we didn't want to finish on a different difficulty because we would lose the mission progress, right?
Yeah.
So that's when I messaged you. I was like, "Hey man, is there any chance you can get on?"
Is that what I said? Working till 12?
I don't know. It was late as fuck, so I didn't think you were actually going to get on, but I figured I'd shoot my shot at least to see if we could get somebody in there, because dude, we were having a rough go with just the two of us. And we were hoping that randoms would join at this point, and nobody joined us, which was really odd.
What difficulty were you guys on? Suicide mission?
Yeah, it was Suicide Mission, because we had gone down from Helldive with Matt and Chris. We did a couple missions on Helldive just for them sweet XP gains, And
yeah, that's no joke.
But even on Suicide Mission with two of us, dude, we were getting our cavities pushed in, dude. I'm telling you, oh man, it was rough. We managed to finish them and succeed ever so slightly with no redeploys left, but hopefully next time we'll have a whole group, But yeah, and this Friday hopefully I'll be streaming it. So.
Oh yeah. No, I got, what is it? I got work tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday, and then I'll be off on Sunday.
Nice.
So yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and get into the topic of today's video, man. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Derek, what are we discussing today?
The top 10 2002 albums. So
yeah.
This is the third video in the series, which we previously did one for 2000 and one for 2001. So definitely, if you have not seen those, check them out, please.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, basically, only guidelines for this: albums had to be released in 2002, and no EPs, just actual albums.
And no re-releases.
Yep. No re-releases.
No
So even if
compilations, no like greatest
yeah,
hits or anything.
yeah. So well, I guess it would be in 2004. I think is when Guns N' Roses released their greatest hits. You will not see that on either list in 2004 because it does not count.
Nice.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. What
All
we got?
right. Hit them with number 10. You go first.
All right, my number 10 was released May 26th, 2002. And it is a little album by a little known artist named Eminem. It is The Eminem Show.
Number 10, huh?
Number 10. I mean, cleaning out my closet, dude. Without me, sing for the moment. Dude, I was bumping these things regularly. Regularly, I was bumping these things till I collapsed, dude. You know what I mean? Like, it's just
no,
super fun
no,
album, man.
the album's a classic. Like this is one that I remember. Everybody at school had this album. Like it wasn't like a Trivium album or something because that not everybody's gonna have that. No, everybody had this goddamn album. Kind of like Hybrid Theory and Meteora as well. Just
Exactly.
insanely popular, insanely awesome.
Yep. I don't listen to a ton of Eminem. I never really have, but there has been spurts in my life where that's like all I'll listen to for a little bit is Eminem and Eminem adjacent kind of stuff, you know. And then I won't touch it again for a while, but this is one of those albums for sure by him that I definitely listened to quite a bit. Maybe not in 2002. I was very little, but definitely a little later for sure. High school. After I graduated, I definitely listened to it a lot. And yep, number 10, The Eminem Show by Eminem.
Okay. All right. My number 10 was released on September 17th, 2002. This is Theory of a Dead Man's self-titled album.
Nice.
Now, before I lose people here, I'm going to go ahead and tell you about Scars and Souvenirs. Their third album, I believe, is where they went downhill. Their first two albums, however, were freaking great albums. I'll say Point to Prove. I think that's my favorite song by them. Say I'm Sorry. That there's a lyric in there that I cannot take serious in this song, and it's hilarious every single time. And I'm gonna butcher it if I try to just say it. But it was like you left me with this note and a quote from the note you wrote, and I don't know. It just makes me laugh every single time because talk about taking a long walk for a short drink in describing that. But then, yeah, more people may know like Invisible Man, Make Up Your Mind, Nothing Could Come Between Us. This album was just a freaking rockin' album, and I'm glad to say that I got to see them relatively early in their career. I did see them. I think the last time I saw them was in like 2012 or 13, and it was okay. Wasn't that great, but their earlier shows, like they were just awesome and just such a fun band live, especially like if you're in a little club setting, like I was lucky enough to be. Yeah, Theory of a Dead Man, self-titled, number 10.
I don't know if I've even heard that whole album. I never really got into Theory of Dead Man.
Yeah, dude, Gasoline and self-titled, I'll fuck with all day, and then it gets real spotty in between there.
I mean, I've heard plenty of Theory of Dead Man. I don't think I've heard.
Oh yeah, everybody's always bad girlfriend. Or God, what's the other one? One step forward and two steps back. Like that's what everybody.
I remember RX played on the radio like all the time, dude. When it came out, dude, I could not fucking get away from that song if I tried.
I will say I do enjoy that song because
I do too, but it just
because of how different it is from just anything else in their discography that is actually good.
Yeah, no, I feel you. So, yeah, no, it's just I liked it too. Dude, Could not get away from it when it came out.
Oh yeah, I was fucking everywhere.
All right. My number 9 is, or was released August 13th, 2002. It is a song or an album called The Mantle by a band called Agalok. And these guys, I want to say, are from Oregon. I want to say they are either that or Washington. They came up in somewhere. Maybe I'm tripping. Yeah, something like that. I'm spacing on where they're from, but
What'd you say their name was again?
Agalloch, Agalloch. The album's called The Mantle.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just one of those black metal albums that got me into black metal, or got me into extreme metal rather. And I mean, the album artwork's just classic. It's got the elk on there, and it's all gray and just kind of ominous and shit. But one of the few really good black metal bands that came out of the United States, because obviously most of them came out of Europe, and it's just one of those bands that was doing really cool shit in the States in that same kind of style and very dark, atmospheric black metal kind of shit. And yeah, good stuff. The Mantle by Agalloch.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I'm pretty sure I said this in one of the other videos. It may have been 2000. That by the time we get into like the middle of the 2000s, there's a lot more pop punk in my list, because back probably between 14 and we'll say maybe 17, it was pop punk and rap was all I listened to, basically. If you like, I'm sure you can believe half of that, but the other half probably not. Number 9, it was an album. Oh, I scrolled away from the release date. March 19th, 2002, and it is No Helmets, No Pads, No Helmets, Just Balls by Simple Plan.
Nice.
So, I mean, Simple Plan, like, God, it's early 2000s, just like another band that's going to be higher up in my list. God, listening to this music makes me just feel happy and young on the inside. I don't know if it's a bad thing that I'm 36 years old, but I still relate to I'm Just a Kid by Simple Plan. Oh, God. But, okay, so this album, Jesus. I'd Do Anything, Worst Day Ever, You Don't Mean Anything, I'm Just a Kid, Addicted, My Alien, Perfect. Oh, gosh. Like, this album is just, like, an essential. Like, if you were my age during this musical time period and you're like, yeah, I hated Simple Plan, man. Fuck you. They're fun and awesome. That's all I've got. So, number 9, Simple Plan. No pads, no helmets, just balls.
Hell yeah. Nice. Okay. Number 8 was released November 26th, 2002 by a band called System of a Down. It is Steal This Album. And yeah, I love System of a Down a lot. So there's that. Highway Song, Fuck the System. I mean, Intervision, like, come on, dude. Just a good album. I'm pretty sure you said you're not a big System of a Down fan, right?
Yeah, I know they will make an appearance in one of my lists going down the road. That's all the more I go with them. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me. And yeah. I've really tried.
I feel you. But yeah, that's really it. Steal This Album's not my favorite by System of a Down, by any stretch, but I definitely like it quite a bit. And there's not a whole lot of System of a Down I don't like, I guess, but yeah, that's really it. Steal This Album, System of a Down.
All right.
I want to know how many people actually stole it when it came out. Or probably still stealing it. I don't know.
I know of at least one. It wasn't me. It was not me. I've actually never owned this album. Do not think it was me. It was a friend.
For legal reasons, it was not me.
No, 100%. I did not fucking want this album. So, no, I would not steal it. Like, you could have stolen it and been like, here you go. And I would have been like, I have no. Take that away from me. I don't want it.
I'm going to look it up.
But okay. So, my number 8, released June 18th, 2002. Love, Hate, Tragedy by Papa Roach. This album is a lot darker than Infest. Or, darker may not be the right word. You can definitely tell there's just a lot of pain. A lot of pain in this album. And Papa Roach is just, especially in this time period, and I would say up through Paramore sessions, still awesome and on top of it. Freaking M80, oh god, I love M80. That song gets me freaking jacked and ready to fight.
Wait,
Life
hang
is
on.
a bull.
Say the album again. I blanked. I was looking up the statistics on who stole the album. Couldn't find anything, by the way, but
Papa Roach, Love, Hate, Tragedy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, M80's awesome. Life is a Bullet. Time and time again, Born with Nothing, Die with Everything is one of my favorite Papa Roach songs. And November 8th, 2004, me and my friend and our 2 ladies, we went and saw, it was, oh god. Damn it, I just blanked on the band. The band that sings Running Downfall, Trust Company. That's who it was. Mm-hmm. It was Trust Company and Papa Roach, and this is about the time when Papa Roach released Scars, so they were kind of going back up. And yeah, they were playing Born with Nothing, Die with Everything, and I was crowd surfing. And I remember I was reaching out my hand to the stage, and I was like, come on. It's like, okay, all right, I got to figure out how to get down. And literally, right as I'm getting ready to get down, Jacoby grabbed my freaking hand and then, just screaming the chorus in my face, and I'm screaming it back in his. It was just an awesome time. Even though he did not give me pizza after the show, because we met them at the tour bus after that, and I was fucking hungry. I'm not gonna lie, I was starving. Like, just got done like rocking out like fucking crazy, and I literally asked, "Could I have a piece of that pizza, please?" And he just laughed, and I was like, "Dude, I'm not joking. Like, can I?" But I would say the biggest single off of this was "She Loves Me Not," which is also just, like I said, there just feels like there's so much pain in this album, and I think that's why I'm drawn to it, and would say it probably is my favorite Papa Roach album.
Okay. Nice.
So nice. Love, Hate, Tragedy, number 8.
Hell yeah. Okay, this is number 7. It was released August 27th, 2002. And it is Stone Sour by Stone Sour. And just a banger album, dude. Bother, definitely in my top songs of all time. I love it. Such a great song. But honestly, the album from top to bottom is just fun. But speaking of Bother, I did, and I may have mentioned this on a different episode, but we had a band called Non Grata play for a nonprofit event for us in Iowa for my mom's nonprofit organization. If you haven't heard Non Grata, go check them out, everybody. Make sure you show some love and support. They're awesome guys, make awesome music. And yeah, they helped us out. They came and played this show that ended up being a giant flop. Not the music itself, but the event was a flop because of scheduling conflictions and stuff like that. But they came and played anyway, and they put on a banger ass show. And they are not a cover band. They have all originals and stuff, but I had heard through the grapevine that the singer was in a different band that does a Stone Sour tribute band. And I knew that they played Bother. So I was like, drunk as fuck. It was late, and there's like maybe 20 people standing around. And I was like, dude, I'm going to do it. And Toby was like, no, don't do it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do it. So I screamed, play Bother, it was at the end of the set or whatever. And they started playing a different song. So I went back to grab a beer. By the time I got done grabbing my beer and on my way back, I heard the fucking intro to Bother start playing. And I sprinted over there. My drunk ass was happy as fuck, and I started like just singing along the loudest I possibly could to it because I love it. And I even started a little tiny mosh pit to bother. Drunk as fuck. It was fantastic, and it was so good. So good.
Yeah, that is definitely a good album. I honestly don't even think I listened to that album until after. Oh, it would have been after "Come Whatever May" came out and we saw him live. Because yeah, "Get Inside," freaking was it "Inhale"? Just absolutely freaking awesome songs.
Oh yeah. But yeah, Stone Sour by Stone Sour, my number 7.
Okay, all right, I might get some shit for this one. So let me explain myself first because I'm gonna remind you all. This is the year 2002, and I did separate the art from the artist for this one. Uh, but this album was, I don't know, just I feel like a right time and place album for me, just being the age that I was when it came out, and I really related to a lot of this album. This album came out November 5th, 2002, and it is Trapped, self-titled. Yeah. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that
I'm gonna need
like,
a different drink for this one.
shit. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I like the song "Headstrong" because I don't. Yeah, radio killed it. I will not defend that or want to touch that one. But "Made of Glass," "These Walls," "Still Frame," "Echo," "Stories," when all is said and done, they deserve to be checked out. Even if Trap's lead singer is a total freaking douchebag now, and that yeah, basically their first 2 albums were the only albums that they put out that were worth a damn thing. Um, but yeah, just I mean, come on, "Made of Glass," like if you're telling me that when you were 14, 15, whatever in that time frame, and you didn't just feel invisible at times in high school and just you're fucking lying, okay? Like I think everybody can somewhat relate to that. And it's on this album, even if the singer's a douchebag, it's still a great song. So, Trapped, self-titled, number 7.
I want to say that the only trap song I have heard all the way through is Headstrong.
Oh yeah, no, and you've heard it 50,000 times.
50 billion kajillion times, yes. But I'm almost certain it's the only trap song I've actually listened to all the way through. I've listened to a couple of their other songs partially just out of curiosity because, like, when I found out that that wasn't their only song, I was like, oh shit, maybe they make some more bangers, and I didn't like what I listened to, so I just never touched it again. That was years and years ago, I don't know. But, and then, of course, the recent shit that's been happening with him, or, well, recent, the past couple years anyway.
Yeah, just him coming completely unhinged.
Yeah, I just kind of lost interest in even trying with trap, to be honest with you, but...
No, that's 100% fair. I would say though,
I also don't use Pandora.
Yeah. God.
We have way more Pandora listeners than you.
Pandora fucking blows.
Yeah,
the end. Spotify.
Yeah, go get Spotify, man.
Even though Spotify isn't the greatest sometimes.
Yeah, Spotify's got some downfalls for sure. Especially with their, like, genres. Like, if you specifically go to certain genres, like, I don't know who the fuck is picking songs for those genres, but they're not it.
Nope, I know exactly what you mean.
All right, what are we on? 6? What is this? Yes.
Yep.
All right, number 6. Released October 8th, 2002. Wonder What's Next by Chevelle. Of course, Comfortable Liar, Send the Pain Below, The Red, bangers, classics, but again, the whole album is just fantastic, and I love the shit out of it. Speaking of The Red, me and a buddy of mine a while back, we went to a Ren fair, and there's these, and we were younger, of course, we were fucking stupid, and there was these two girls walking around uh, the fair, just like giving kisses and stuff like that on the cheek and shit. For like, it was supposed to be something involving that time period or whatever, and uh, they convinced me. And she had red lipstick on, and the other one had purple lipstick on. So we just kept on calling them the red and the purple the whole time because we completely forgot what their fucking names were. We were fucking stupid losers and couldn't even fucking remember their names. But anyway, we got back in the car to go home, and The Red by Chevelle started playing. And he looked over at me and was like, "Oh, you got some fucking..." Because it was on my Spotify, and it just so happened to be the one song that started playing. And he's like, "Oh, you got somebody on your mind." And completely did not mean to do it, but I was like, shit, maybe I do.
Oh, God. Yeah.
But, completely unrelated to Chevelle at all, but still.
No, I mean, The Red. No, another one I
Such a
really
good
like
song.
off this is Family System, like
Oh,
the
yeah.
opener. For just that fucking riff.
Oh, yeah.
Chevelle, in my mind, they're one of those bands that, like, if people say it's their favorite band, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
But they are a great band. Like like, what was it? Neartos came out a couple years ago. That was my number 3 album of the year. They put out consistent stuff, but, like, I don't know. Like,
Same. I completely agree with you.
yeah, the earlier stuff I wasn't, like, super big on with Chevelle. Um, but I think by the time I hit Venus Sarah is when I really started, like, really getting it.
Yeah, Chevelle's just one of those bands that I remember playing on our local radio station and a lot.
All the time.
And
Yeah.
it reminds me of simpler times, is all. I think that's probably why, especially this album, because that's around the year I was probably listening to it in my dad's truck on my way to see my buddy or something, or him
Yeah.
taking me home from work or some shit. I don't know, but yeah, I distinctly remember Chevelle being on there a lot. Three Doors Down, fucking Godsmack, all that kind of stuff that was playing a lot during that time, and yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, I bet you my number 6 was playing a lot too during all of that.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Yeah. Believe by Disturbed.
Whoa!
What? Yeah, no. September 17th, 2002. Um, this album, when it first came out, I'm going to be 100% honest, I really did not like. It it does sound quite different compared to The Sickness, but the older I got, the more this album started to, I guess, make sense. So, like, Prayer, Liberate, Remember, oh, all 3 of those radio singles, awesome.
I
Awaken,
love Prayer, dude. I
oh,
love it.
Prayer, like, at the time I didn't like it. I really didn't, and just, over within the last, we'll say, 15 years or whatever, then it's kind of made more sense. And Disturbed also put out the probably worst album I have ever heard in my life. Um, and it was in the 2010s, by the way. Uh, so that kind of took my hate that I had from previous ones, like this album. I was like, oh, this album's actually pretty good now that they've really lowered their goddamn bar.
Oof.
And even Indestructible, like, I listened to that album so many times it just kind of ruined it. Nope. 2017's Evolution, or maybe it's 2008. No, it's 2018. That made me like those albums again. But Mistress, Rise, like, oh god, yeah, this album is a good album. I still prefer The Sickness over this album.
Same.
But nonetheless, it's still awesome, and it does have, I think, semi-iconic freaking artwork too, with all the religious symbols and everything on there. So
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah, 2006 or 2006. God damn it, number 6
Wrong
from
episode.
2002 is "Believe" by Disturbed.
Yeah, it's a banger album. Banger.
So good.
All right, number 5. November 19th, 2002. Do you know what it is?
No,
Really?
is it? I can't remember what album I had that came out. in November. I've already closed out of the tabs.
Oh no, you haven't talked about it yet.
Oh, I haven't. Okay.
No, but I feel like
Oh God, never mind. I just looked up and I know what it is.
okay, the end of
The
all
end of
things
all
to
things.
come
Yeah.
by Mudvayne. I was like, there's no fucking way you don't have this on your list, but anyway, yeah, the end of all things to come by Mudvayne. Need I say less? I mean, or more, sorry. Need I say more? It's just a banger of an album through and through. It's probably my favorite Mudvayne album. Maybe next to the one with Happy on it.
Lost and Found.
Lost and Found, yeah, yeah. Next to Lost and Found, mainly just because I think I've probably listened to Lost and Found a lot more, to be honest with you. But yeah, Not Falling, World So Cold. I mean, Trapped in the Wake of a Dream. It's just, dude, the whole thing's just really good.
You know what's awesome about this album?
What's that?
It's actually technically a concept album.
Really?
Yeah, with each song written about a specific horoscope.
Oh, nice.
So, for
that
instance,
explains scrying and all that.
yeah, Scorpio is scrying. Whatever's in January is mercy severity.
Okay.
The rest of them, I'm not gonna act like I know because I don't remember them. I know I've read them before at some point in time. So I didn't even like discover that until I think 2011, 2012. But yeah, this is just an amazing album.
I wonder if it says on here.
Something tells me we'll be discussing this a little bit later.
Yeah, more than likely. I feel like that's probably a fair bet. Let's see. Aries is the end of all things to come. Taurus is trapped in the wake of a dream. Gemini is shadow of a man. Cancer is world so cold. Leo is not falling. Virgo is the patient mental. Libra is silenced. Scorpio is scrying. Sagittarius is solvate coagula, or coagula, however you want to say it. Capricorn is perversion of a truth. Sorry. Aquarius is mercy severity, and Pisces is a key to nothing.
And then the other one I can't remember what the numbers mean, but they mean something in regards to all of that. But yeah, so you learned something new today.
I'm definitely going to be looking into that a little deeper when we get off here, because that's interesting. I did not know that. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
And
Mudvayne's so good.
I kind of fuck with the Zodiac stuff, so that's pretty cool.
Hell yeah. Okay. All right. Number 5.
Number 5.
Hold on, let me get the release date ready. Released May 26th of 2002. It is The Eminem Show by Eminem. Oh, dude, yeah.
Hell yeah.
And this album, like I previously stated. I'll shine on a couple different songs.
Yeah, sure.
White America. Oh my God. That's actually probably my favorite Eminem song.
Nice.
It's just a banger. And I remember one time my buddy Robbie, he had this little, it was basically like a Ford Ranger, and it wasn't extended cab or anything. So it was me, him, and my buddy Danny, right, all crammed into this damn thing, going to go bowling. And Robbie he had subs in there, but there was no room to put anything. So I literally had to hold the sub, and I remember just holding it out the window, just blasting fucking White America at people. Because that album's just perfect. And then, yeah, Superman, Business. Yeah, you said Cleaning Up My Closet. Just Haley's song. My Dad's Gone Crazy. Like, literally, this whole album is just a great album. And back in that time period, I listened to a lot of rap. A lot of the early 2000s rap. So, like, anything Eminem put out was, like, monumental and groundbreaking. but the newer stuff, I'm not gonna lie, I can't really get with. It just like some of it's okay, some of it I just straight up do not like. But this will always hold a special place in my heart because God, this album is just so good.
Yep,
So
I
yeah,
feel that.
Eminem Show number 5.
Hell yeah. Nice. We're gonna have a few of the same albums on our list, bud.
Yeah, we are. And we still got more to go.
My number 4 was released September 17th, 2002. And it is Believe by Disturbed. Yeah. It's a good album, man. It's a damn good album. I know we already talked about it, so I won't go too crazy on it, but yeah, the prayer, Jesus Christ. Prayer and Liberate, Believe, Breathe. I mean, dude, just a damn good album, man. I love it, and I wasn't in the same position as you as far as like not liking it at first, because when I first heard it, I did like it quite a bit, but I still have never liked it anywhere near as much as I like The Cygnus and 10,000 Fists. So
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, 10,000 Fists is probably my favorite Disturbed album, just because honestly, that's when I really started listening to him back in 2009 or so, 2008. I really, really heavily got into Disturbed because I seen them at the first Rockstar Mayhem Festival with Slipknot, Dragon Force, and Mastodon. And yeah, it put me on to him something fierce, dude. And Guitar Hero 3 with Stricken on there, dude. Oh, man.
Oh, so much
good.
fun to play.
But yeah, Believe, still banger album. I love it more now than I did before, sure. But yeah, damn good album. I remember having the Prayer music video on my iPod, and I'd watch it on the school bus on my way to school and shit, dude. I loved it so much.
Because 2002 was just a good time for music.
It only gets better from here.
Yeah. So
Because we
my
got some
number 4
bangers in the next couple of years, dude.
Oh yeah. Like, just stick with us.
Yeah.
Believe me,
Stay
it's gonna
tuned.
get real tough. Yeah, my number 4 is a repeat of what we've already talked about as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So this little ditty came out November 19th, 2002. It is The End of All Things to Come by Mudvayne.
Oh, man. Couldn't have seen
Gonna
that
touch
one
on it. Yeah, who would have ever thought that this is, it's either this or Lost and Found is my favorite Mudvayne albums.
Yeah.
Lost
and Found's so good.
Silence, Perversion of a Truth. We basically talked about, or at least mentioned, the rest of the album. So freaking good. I remember when I got my first tattoo, which I'm not going to show you right now because I just now realized it's one of my other albums. But when I was getting my first tattoo, just kind of by luck, we were just listening to the End of All Things to Come. So
Nice.
my second tattoo, like I think it was 6 months later, ended up being the Mudagram on my right leg.
Nice.
So yeah, End of All Things to Come, number 4.
Hell yeah. All right. So, what are we on? Number 3. My number 3 was released May 21st, 2002. It is by one of my favorite bands of all time. However, this album is not anywhere close to my favorite album by them, as we have definitely discussed on this show before. But it is still a banger. I still love it to death. And that is Alive or Just Breathing by Killswitch Engage. As I've mentioned many times in the past, Jesse is not my favorite era of Killswitch by any stretch. However, I do gotta give the man props. He is a phenomenal vocalist. And this era of Killswitch Engage is still really, really good. I'm not even going to discount that. It's still such a good, cool sound, and it kind of paved the way for what Killswitch would become. even with Howard, to be honest with you, still kind of develops the same way. You know, it's the same style and all that kind of stuff thematically. But what was I gonna say? Oh, my last serenade and Numbered Days.
Such a banger.
The Element of One. I mean, they're just really, really good songs in general. But yeah, Alive or Just Breathing by Killswitch Engage. My number 3.
Okay. My number 3. Released August 27th, 2002. Saturate by Breaking Benjamin.
Nice.
Yeah.
I had a feeling that was going to be on here.
All right, I'll just... Full disclosure here, Breaking Benjamin is my second favorite band of all time. I've seen them live 10 times. I've met Ben. I've got to hang out with Ben. That's why I get so heated when I'm talking about waiting on a new Breaking Benjamin album. So don't take that as hatred. Take that as I love them so much I am pissed off at them and I want more music from my second favorite band.
That's entirely fair.
One memory I have of this album, and I believe it was in 2003, actually. It was the day after Meteora came out. Because I remember I went and I bought Meteora, and then one of my buddies, JD, he bought Saturate. I was like, never even heard of that band. Like, it's not Meteora. And anyways, boy, I was glad I was wrong about that. I mean, come on. Wish I May, Home, Days, Water, Natural Life, Next to Nothing, Forever, Shallow Bay. This album is just awesome, and this isn't even Breaking Benjamin's best work. It's kind of blasphemous to say that it would be lower compared to everything else because this album is amazing, but they just hone in their craft and just get better the more they go. So yeah. Ben, please, I want new music. God, I've been waiting. But yeah, number 3, Saturate by Breaking Benjamin.
Hell yeah. I did not get too heavy into Saturate. I mean, I love Breaking Benjamin, don't get me wrong, but I just didn't listen to that album all that much compared to their other ones, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, and like I said, it's an amazing album, but the stuff that comes later is just better. Like, yeah. They progress and get better. There you go.
Yeah. And I know you're not too fond of Aurora, but I listened to the fuck out of Aurora when it came out. And I know it's just a reimagining of their other, like, a couple other songs or whatever, but the features that they had on there were fucking sick, and I love the shit out of it. I thought it was fun.
Yeah. I just want new music, not acoustic covers.
No, that's fair. That's fair. No, I get your gripe in me, like, entirely, but I fucking loved Aurora.
Oh, I bought it. Don't get me wrong about that, because I still support the band, even though I wasn't the happiest with it.
Yeah, I feel you. All right. Where are we at? Number 2. Damn, we're getting through these. Number 2 released August 20th, 2002. It is Disclaimer by Seether.
Are you serious?
Dead serious. 100%.
That's my number 2.
Hey, we got a matchup. Number 2, Seether. Hell yeah, Disclaimer. But yeah, dude. Fine Again, Driven Under, Gasoline, Your Bore, I mean, Fade Away. Dude, the whole fucking album's great. And then I know we've talked about it on previous episodes, but Broken.
Yeah.
We definitely talked about that.
I even have, specifically in my notes, Broken. And then in bold letters, without Amy Lee.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah. No, I hate the Amy Lee version. I mean, it was, 2004's Punisher. I love that movie. Don't love the fact that song just keeps constantly playing. Rebecca Romaine Stamos or Rebecca Romaine. It's just always playing in her apartment and throughout the movie. No, don't like it. The original is one of my favorite songs, just in general. And yeah, I hate the Amy Lee version.
Yeah, I feel you. I don't feel that particularly because I actually like the Amy Lee version, but I don't think I like it more than the one without her. But I like them both. I like them both quite a bit. But it's also because it's the first version of it that I heard, so I'm a little biased to
Yeah.
it. But yeah, no, I love the album. Disclaimer's great. Uh, just a fucking banger album, dude. Banger album. And Seether's awesome. I got to see them live with Bullet from a Valentine, 3 Days Grace. I think Seven Dust was there. It was the Uproar Fest. There was a ton of bands, so I'm not gonna remember all of them. Art of Dying, which we talked about on the last episode, the last music episode we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good show. They had all these like old like vintage TVs stacked on top of each other in the backdrop or whatever on the stage or whatever that was like playing different frequencies and shit and to go along with the music and whatnot. But yeah, they put on an awesome show and just great musicians, man. I love it. Love it.
One
Love it. Love it.
thing One thing that was awesome. So, as I previously stated, I've seen Breaking Benjamin 10 times. Most of the times that I saw Breaking Benjamin, Seether and 3 Days Grace were there. Now, I wasn't as big on 3 Days Grace, but this was during the Adam years. So, it was when 3 Days Grace was still really good.
Yeah, he was
Or,
there for this show as well. I seen him without him.
yeah. But yeah, Seether and 3 Days Grace were always with Breaking Benjamin, especially if we were at a bigger like stadium show or whatever. So I've seen Seether, I think it's at least 6 times. Could be wrong on that. I've seen Seether a lot, and one of my favorite performances, my favorite song I've actually ever heard live, was them doing a cover of Nirvana's "You Know You're Right," and they just speed it up a little bit and they threw some Seether flair into it, and oh my god, that was like my first like actual like big show I ever went to, because it was Evanescence, Seether, 3 Days Grace, and Breaking Benjamin in 2004 when Broken was as high as it was gonna get.
Hell yeah.
um, and yeah, just all in all, just awesome. I've loved Seether. I relate to their music so much, and did, especially during this time period of my life.
Yeah.
Needles, sympathetic, and one thing I do want to address, because this was hard. I legit was weighing this in my head, because I prefer the Disclaimer 2 over Disclaimer 1, but it basically is a re-release. Which, what did we say when we read off the rules, Jacob?
No re-releases.
Yeah, so even though it added 8 songs to it, it's still released with the original 12. So it's basically a re-release. So spoiler alert, you will not see Disclaimer 2 on my 2004 albums, because it does not meet the requirements. But let me tell you, I prefer that version over Disclaimer 1.
We'll definitely 100% be giving it a honorable mention at least. I mean,
Oh yeah.
we'll definitely
Because I
talk
mean,
about it.
just the 8 extra songs that they released with it too. Freaking Lover, so good.
Yeah.
Sold Me from the Punisher soundtrack. Hang On from the Daredevil soundtrack. Cigarettes. God, I feel like I'm missing something. Got It Made. Like, oh, that. See, like that. Disclaimer is Seether at their best, because it
Yeah.
really was all downhill after that.
Yeah. I love Disclaimer too quite a bit. We'll
Okay,
definitely be
so
talking about that when it comes up for sure.
So I guess now we
Throw
could
down
probably
some
do some honorable mentions,
throw
break
some
some hearts.
honorable mentions down there, boys, and we got a lot of them this this episode.
I'm actually going through through some of mine, and I'm just erasing some, because yeah, I had way too many too. Okay, I'm down to 9. I'm comfortable with 9.
Yeah, I got 9 as well, so we still have 18.
Yeah,
Actually, we might have less than that. We might have a couple of the same. I'll just
yeah.
kind of skip over the ones if you have similar ones, but
Okay, all right. I'll let you go ahead and go first.
okay. So I did add a couple of stuff that don't meet the criteria for my top 10 because they are either re-releases or compilations or whatever, and they're just ones that I added to honorable mentions for that reason, because I still think they're fucking amazing. They still came out in 2002, and they definitely deserve a shout out. So if they're on this list, obviously there's a reason for it. Either A, it just didn't quite nudge itself into my 10, or it doesn't meet the criteria that we have set forth for the top 10. At least that's how I was going about my honorable mentions anyway. That's how I usually go about my honorable mentions. So if there's any particularly great EPs or some shit that just so happened to come out that year that didn't come with an album afterwards, then usually you'll find them in my honorable mentions. But anyway, Reanimation by Linkin Park was in there. No Stranger to Shame by Uncle Kracker's in there. I listened to the absolute fuck out of this album. Mainly
is
because
that the one with Follow Me on there or whatever?
Maybe. I think so, yeah. Dude, my mom had this. Yeah, that's the one. Yep. My mom had this
My
album.
dad had that one too, yeah.
And we listened to the fuck out of it on like road trips and shit, and we ended up seeing them live with like the Beach Boys or some shit like that, and it was a sick ass show.
Yes.
Not even gonna lie, it was fucking fun. But
hell yes.
anyway, More Than You Think You Are by Matchbox 20, Let Go by Avril Lavigne, All That Could Have Been by Nine Inch Nails, Behind the Silence and Solitude by All That Remains. Shout out because we were just talking about them. The only reason I didn't put it on my albums is because honestly it's probably one of my least favorite of the albums by them that I like. I like the album a lot, but it's like on the lower end of that spectrum, you know. And I don't like it nearly as much as the ones that I added to my top 10. Babylon by Skindred, Nirvana by Nirvana, and Back Into Your System by Saliva.
Hey, I forgot to put Back in Your System by Saliva.
Yep.
Because that's definitely an honorable mention. Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, all right. My honorable mentions. Chevelle, Wonder What's Next.
Nice.
Korn, Untouchables.
Nice.
Newfound Glory, Sticks and Stones. Avril Lavigne, Let Go.
Nice.
that was a great album.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Boxcar Racer.
Okay.
Stone Sour.
Okay.
Kill Switch Engage, Alive or Just Breathing.
Nice.
The Used.
Okay.
And then Three Doors Down, Away from the Sun.
Nice.
Yeah. See, just awesome year for music, and we haven't even unveiled our favorites of the year yet.
You may have just revealed my favorite of the year.
Three Doors Down?
In your honorable mentions.
Oh, shit. I really... Man, it's either Korn or frickin' Three Doors Down.
What do you think?
Hit me with it.
Three Doors Down, Away from the Sun.
Oh, shit.
Dude, I still listen to the fuck out of this album. It's my number one, dude. I listen to this album all the time. Probably not nearly as much as... what's the other one with...
Better Life?
Yeah, Better Life. Not nearly as much as Better Life, but I still listen to it quite a bit. And it's just so damn good. When I'm Gone, Away from the Sun, Here Without You, obviously.
All you gave me was this ticket to heaven.
Yeah, dude, Ticket to Heaven's so good, man. Oh, it's so good. Sarah Yellen, oh man. Love it,
Dude,
love it.
I'm not gonna lie, I definitely would not have guessed Three Doors Down as your number one for this year, so that's awesome.
Oh yeah, dude. I listen to a lot of Three Doors Down. Believe it or not, dude, behind the mask of all the black metal and Slaughtered to Prevail and Victim of Deception and all this shit that you can barely understand anything that's going on because they're vibrating your fucking balls off your seat and your brain just turns to mush. I am a Three Doors Down stan, dude. I love these guys.
He sits in his room with the lights off, just listening to Be Like That, and cries. And cries. If I could be like that. That's what he does.
Oh, it's so good, dude. I love it. Fucking yeah, The Better Life though, definitely probably listen to quite a bit more, and then their self-titled I also listen to maybe just as much, but dude, The Better Life is such a fucking banger, dude. I love it so
Oh,
much.
dude, yeah. Better Life.
Loser
Like
is one of my
that.
favorite songs of all time. I fucking love Loser so much.
Actually, somehow, I don't know how this happened, but I did not have that on Clone Hero, so I rectified that and yeah, FC'd that bitch.
Oh yeah.
Cause yeah, losers, just, so freaking good.
Loser,
Like,
Duck and Run, man. Oh, so good, man.
but yeah,
So good.
they just need to check out our 2000 top 10 albums list and see where Better Life wound up. Because spoiler alert, it was on both of our lists.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Okay. All
Drum
right.
roll. What you got?
All right. Big time. Big money. Unveil. The nervousness. Released October 1st, 2002. And was a just staple of anybody that really loved pop punk back in 2002. It was the Young and the Hopeless by Good Charlotte.
Nice.
Sorry, I can't talk. God, you want to talk about an album that I just listened to over and fucking over and over, and just really felt. Oh God, dude, it is definitely this album, and it's fun too. Like it's not super serious by any means. I guess that's one of the appeals to pop punk is it's just more fun. You know, you're not singing about like wanting to kill yourself. I mean, you are singing about how much life sucks, but hey, if you put a poppy beat on it, why not?
A Day to Remember is
Uh,
a perfect example of that.
yeah. My Bloody Valentine, Riot Girl, Say Anything, Young and the Hopeless, freaking Emotionless, especially considering during this time period, I'll just let everybody know this. My parents were in the process of getting divorced. So, what they were saying about their dad, especially what would happen to me a few years later, I fully 100% understand. And it was just nice to have that, like I feel I could relate to it even though it's not a good thing. It's just good to not be alone. Misery loves company.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, this album did help me get through a lot of stuff that I was sorting through during that time period. But everybody knows the radio singles from this: the anthem, "Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous," freaking "Girls and Boys," which the "Girls and Boys" music video is still hilarious. And anytime that I'm listening to the song, I can hear that fucking milkshake hitting the windshield of the car. Just nothing for free. Dun, 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 dun. Just that milkshake hitting.
Oh yeah.
They just had a lot of fun with it. I'll always have a soft spot for Good Charlotte. Their first album was all right. I didn't put it in my 2000s list. I actually completely forgot to put it as an honorable mention. But this album is the album that they put out that did have like a major, major impact on me. So, Young and the Hopeless, Good Charlotte, number one album of 2002.
Hell yeah. We got some pretty good lists here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let me pull them up. We'll do a quick recap, and then I guess we'll let them know what we're gonna talk about next week, and then yeah, we need to start playing some freaking Helldivers.
Hell
So,
yeah.
all right, my top 10. Okay, number 10, Theory of a Dead Man, self-titled. Number 9, Simple Plan, no pads, no helmets, just balls. Number 8, Papa Roach, Love, Hate, Tragedy. Number 7, Trapped, self-titled. Number 6, Disturbed, Believe. Number 5, Eminem, The Eminem Show. Number 4, Mudvayne, The End of All Things to Come. Number 3, Breaking Benjamin, Saturate. Number 2, Seether, Disclaimer. And number 1, Good Charlotte, The Young and the Hopeless. Do you want to read yours or do you want me to read them?
That don't matter. I can read mine.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Gotta get my list back up. Where the hell did it go? It's 2004, 2003.
Jesus.
Here we go. All right, number 10, The Eminem Show by Eminem. The Mantle by Agalock. Steal This Album by System of a Down. Number 7 is Stone Sour by Stone Sour. Number 6 is Wonder What's Next by Chevelle. Number 5 is The End of All Things to Come by Mudvayne. Number 4 is Believe by Disturbed. And number 3, Alive or Just Breathing by Killswitch Engaged. Number 2, Disclaimer by Seether. And Away from the Sun by Three Doors Down is my number 1 album of the year 2002.
I still think it's awesome that Seether was our collective number 2.
Yeah, we almost had a, was that 2021 situation?
Yeah, it was close, but no, that album's just so freaking good. Like
It is.
if you people have not listened to Disclaimer by Seether, please do yourself a favor, listen to it.
Do it.
Mhm.
Matter of fact, listen to
But-
all of these. All of these albums you should listen to.
Yeah, and you know what? You should just go ahead and one up it and just tell us, what did you think of our list? What was your list? Because really, we want to know, because the conversation is more fun with more people.
Oh yeah.
But so, Jacob, what are we gonna talk about next week?
Next week, we're going to be discussing Starship Troopers. In light of recent events and Helldivers blowing up and all this kind of stuff, we're going to go ahead and give her a watch. Believe it or not, I've never seen it, so that will be fun to actually give a shot. Derek loves it, so...
Yeah, I still do not understand how you have never seen this movie. Like, I don't know. Like, I was 10 when this movie came out, and even I saw it when I was 10 years old. Like, this is just a movie that everybody was completely obsessed with in my friend bubble. Like, oh god, it's just
Yeah.
classic.
There's no particular reason I never watched it. It's just kind of went over my radar, unfortunately. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. It'll be pretty fun to check out, especially, again, with the light of the Helldivers community, bringing it back into the forefront of things. And yeah, I cannot wait to actually check it out. I'll probably watch it tomorrow, to be honest. Because I shouldn't have anything going on. What's tomorrow? Wednesday or Thursday?
Yeah.
Whatever tomorrow is. Today is Friday for all of you guys because that's when we're releasing this. But I guess it depends on when you're watching it. But still.
Well, you know what they say about Friday. You got to get down on Friday.
Hell yeah. We all get down on Friday, guys. So, without further ado, we'll go ahead and let you go. Check out our other videos, of course, and let us know what you think of them. And, of course, as Derek said in the little outro there, make sure you give us your top 10 albums of 2002 on this video. Go back to the other ones and give us your top 10 albums of 2000 and 2001 as well. Do it.
Yeah. We want to hear them all. So please,
All of them.
make it rain.
I am also chronically online, so there's a good chance I'm going to read them and a good chance I'm going to reply to them. So please, let me know.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one, guys, when we talk about Starship Troopers.
Have a good one.
Bye.